Strangest questions in life and their possible answers. Q. Does Tohru Kobayashi have autism? Only a few people are strange enough to believe that Tohru Kobayashi has autism. But in the anime, Tohru has ALS. Q. Is Margalo available at Budak-Budak? Unfortunately, Margalo is not available at Budak-Budak. She is an invalid species. Q. How old is Margalo? Margalo is very young indeed. She is between 35 and 60 days old. Q. Do 80-year-olds watch Stuart Little 2.0? Strange enough, some elderly people might die of cringes. Only approximately 180-year-olds watch Stuart Little 2.0 anywhere at any given time. Q. What does Tohru Kobayashi's saliva smell like? Too many people are wondering what Tohru Kobayashi's saliva smells like. It's a very hard question, but we're certain that it smells good. Q. How old is Tuzki? Tuzki is between 5 months and 23 years old, I guess. Q. Is Tuzki a Budak? It may look like one. But Tuzki didn't go to Budak-Budak, so they don't know yet. Q. Does Tuzki have a religion? It doesn't look like Tuzki has a religion, especially when it has a low IQ. Q. Why am I suddenly falling in love with Tuzki? All of religion and science knows, you are appreciating God's creation. Q. Why does Tuzki look castrated? Strange, right? We can't talk about sex here or we'll become haram and lose our job. Tuzki looks castrated because it is circumcised. Q. Does Zia play the 2048 game? She plays the 2048 game secretly. Not all kids below 4 years of age play the 2048 game. Q. How does Tuzki reproduce? We all have learned about reproduction, yet we haven't known this. When Lamput and Tuzki marry, they craze up. Lamput fertilizes Tuzki's eggs. After about 16 hours, Tuzki will give birth to a new organism called hexadecimal 00264F beta. Q. What would happen if Cocomelon didn't exist? If Cocomelon didn't exist, the entire world will fricking prosper. Q. Who is the Nutrillion Kid? There are 2 Nutrillion Kids, the male one and the female one. We're not yet sure about the name of the female Nutrillion Kid. Q. Is Zia available at Budak-Budak? Yes, Zia is available at Budak-Budak. Q. How old is the Nutrillion Kid? Approximately 3 and 168/185 years old. Q. What would happen if Zia failed to be my friend? Some people are losers who give up their friends easily. Some people are losers of the second type, who turn their friends into enemies. Other people beg their friends to stay friendly. There is a small chance that this will happen, but I'll prepare myself. Q. Will Zia ever come back? Inshallah. No one knows when. But if she comes back, my entire soul will fricking prosper. Q. Is Ayumi manufactured in Budak-Budak? Contrary to popular belief, Ayumi is not a wild animal. Budak-Budak scientists created Ayumi using a technique called breeding. They carefully select the subjects to breed. Ayumi is currently between 2 and 5 years old. Q. Whose saliva smells better? Zia or Ayumi? Since Zia is 2 years old, her saliva, or loli, should smell good. Ayumi is also a little girl, that means they should smell exactly the same. Q. Is Ayumi a Malaysian? Because Budak-Budak is technically a part of Malaysia, Ayumi should be Malaysian. Q. How old is Ayumi exactly? Let's just use the legendary number. Ayumi is 4.12722393111 years old. Q. Is Ayumi a Muslim? If you play the game, you might notice that Ayumi doesn't speak Malay or Arabic and that there are no Islamic writings or references. However, the scientists actually taught Ayumi some articles about Islam, so she might be a Muslim. Q. Does Ayumi watch Cocomelon? Ayumi can watch baby videos by herself. So every time the scientists found her watching Cocomelon, they hid her in a bunker to prevent distractions. Q. Who is Maizen's little girl, and how old is she? A. I saw in the video. Maizen has a partner whose voice sounds like a little girl. Her name is Mikey Turtle. The technique of determining the age of such a voice is already a year old. So let's use the magic number again, get it? She is 4.127223931 years old. Q. Why does Mikey Turtle have a beautiful voice? A. Some theories suggest that Maizen used one of Jamali Shadat's websites. Other theories suggest that Mikey Turtle is just a child, possibly a female one. Q. Is Mikey Turtle available at Budak-Budak? A. If Mikey Turtle is a person, especially a little girl, pretending to be a turtle, she should be available at Budak-Budak. Right now, Budak-Budak is still calculating. Q. What will Mikey Turtle do when Maizen dies in real life? This may happen within 100 years from now. But if Maizen actually dies, Mikey Turtle will cry the cringiest cry ever. Louder than a million Nightcore songs. Q. Is Ilulu available at Budak-Budak? Because Ilulu is approximately 15.7 years old and produces loli, saliva. Yes, Ilulu is available at Budak-Budak. Q. IDK, maybe not. Maizen doesn't show any loli moments. Mikey has a good voice and that's all I know. Nothing associated with loli or saliva. Q. Is Cleany from Robocar Poli a robot? A. I guess so. Cleany sometimes looks like and acts like a robot. Q. Why is Thylane very comparable to Thylane? A. They both are cute little girls, have, almost, the same hair color, and their names are spelt and pronounced almost the same. But in fact, Thylane is many hundreds of days younger than Thylane. Q. Is Thylane Katana Bolzico? Anyways, I said the full name instead because I hate imposters. Available at Budak-Budak? A. You might be surprised about the fact that Budak-Budak made over 700 copies of Thylane Katana, right at her first birthday. This is because Thylane Katana is not just cute and friendly, but also born on January 2020, right at the start of the decade, making her age somewhat easy to compute. As of the day she became a secondary favorite character. Thylane Katana Bolzico was 2 years 1 month 08 days old. In less than 3 years Thylane will enter Stage 2 expiration, but with the help of Budak-Budak's magic powder, this will never happen. Budak-Budak is selling a copy of Thylane for an unusually high value of 90 ringgit, about 1500 pesos, per year. Q. When will Thylane go to X-Files headquarters? A. I've always wanted her to come and be my friend. No one knows how much Thylane will do for my life. With her cuteness and respect, it is estimated that Thylane's parents will live for 900 years. Only if Thylane stays young. But when the day comes, Thylane Katana comes to me and befriends me, I'll feed her Budak-Budak's special magic powder. And I'll live an eternity of prosperity whenever Thylane is around. Q. Does Thylane watch anime? Yes, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know if Thylane could watch anime. Q. What is the name of the Friday afternoon little girl, and how old is she? On the last Friday of February, I went to a place about 8 kilometers away. A place also known as Quezon City Elliptical Circle, I guess so. At about 13 o'clock, I saw a little girl who is as beautiful as the current favorite character. Not only is she beautiful, she does loli moments too. X-Files is still wondering what the name of that little girl is, so I called her the Friday afternoon little girl. One day, she will come within range, to me, again lol. She is approximately 1.839286 years, about 671 days, old. Q. Is Hermes Apocrypha available in Budak-Budak? A. The day was March 00. The first day of March, which is the day Hermes Apocrypha became a secondary favorite character. Yes, Hermes Apocrypha Lilim is already available in Budak-Budak. Q. How old is Hermes Apocrypha? A. Hermes Apocrypha Lilim is approximately 2,592 days, 7 years 035 days, old. Q. Does Thylane Katana produce Leway moments? A. Because Thylane Katana is only square root 5 years, about 816 days, old according to mathematical calculations, Thylane should be able to produce a good quality of Leway, saliva. Q. Whose saliva smells better? Thylane or Lilim? A. Thylane Katana is a toddler, so she should be able to produce a good quality of saliva. Hermes Apocrypha Lilim is an anime girl, according to some studies. Anime girls should be able to produce outstanding Leway, saliva. Actually, Thylane Katana's saliva and Hermes Apocrypha Lilim's saliva smell exactly the same. Q. Is Ranka-chan available at Budak-Budak? A. Assuming Ranka is square root 2 square root 3 square root 200 years old according to mathematical calculations, yes, Ranka-chan is available at Budak-Budak. The number square root 2 square root 3 square root 200 is equal to approximately 15.4068293774. Q. Is Poppy available at Budak-Budak? A. Poppy is a bird like Margalo, but Budak-Budak recognizes her as an angel. That means Poppy is available at Budak-Budak. Q. Why is Meesk a funny word? Meesk is a Scottish word that means different things. The reason why it's funny is because the S and the G are stuck together. Q. Is Senko-san available at Budak-Budak? A. Senko was born on February 15, 1210 as a human-like animal called Kitsunium aliquam, means, helpful kitsune, in Latin. Despite being 812 years old, Senko looks like a child and was accepted by Budak-Budak. Yes, Senko-san is available at Budak-Budak. Q. Where is Nekopara City located? A. It was believed that Nekopara City is a few hundred kilometers southeast from Jaipur City in a hidden province called Chan. There is even a road called Nekopara Access Road that heads straight to Nekopara. The hidden province of Chan is located inside the triangle formed by the three cities Jaipur, Lucknow and Delhi. Q. Do catgirls give some Leway, saliva? According to Budak-Budak, yes they do. Catgirls produce Leway and may give Leway. Q. How old is Gawur Gura exactly? Most people believe that Gawur Gura is over 9,000 years old, born while humans are still evolving. Actually, Budak-Budak thinks that Gawur Gura measured her age in half days, aka counting how many times AM changed into PM and vice versa, instead of years, and accepted her. Q. Is Kaharu, aka Kaharu, available in Budak-Budak? Kaharu's approximate age is 15 1/3 years, according to the image of the virtual child. This makes Kaharu an easy target for Budak-Budak and was accepted upon discovery. Q. Does Kaharu speak any language other than English, Filipino and Japanese? A. Some people compare Thylane to Kaharu because they are both Filipinos and linguists. The truth is, Kaharu can speak in total 11 languages, twice as many. Besides the 3 other languages mentioned, Kaharu can speak Indonesian, Malay, German, Hindi, French, Kapampangan, Ilocano and Takpaisan. Q. Does Belawuga produce good quality laway? Belawuga is 13 years old. That means there's a chance her laway might smell good. I collected all of these questions ever since Zia was discovered. These are over 5 months worth of questions.